saying, man, if the streets ain't talking about you, man. If I can't spin a block and find out about you, man, the people ain't about you, man. That's just what it is, you know?
But I got you.
Talk about it, man. The streets, man.
Yeah, this one's for the streets first. Stripes like a referee shirt. This one's for the streets first. Tell mama this the rebirth. I need church. I talk dirty. Put my hands and my feet work. Teamwork. Put in pain, but gotta bring it to the streets first. So
it's your boy Abutta, and I'm back with another episode of that Streets First podcast. You already know how your boy do. I goes out and I brings them out. I'm in Harlem at the T.O.'s on Lenox Avenue, 131st. And you know I had to bring one of Harlem's finest out. The marketing guru, my guy, Nick Storm.
What's up, baby?
What's up, great one?
Everything's good, brother.
You know and I know. You don't even be doing interviews, so I'm grateful to even have your presence in the building.
No, definitely.
I appreciate you, good brother.
I appreciate you.
But the one thing I wanted to give the listeners is an insight on who Nick Storm is. At the end of the day,
right.
I know I grew up watching you,
right.
but I would love to let my people know who is the great Nick Storm. How does Nick Storm's story start?
Nick Storm's story started in Harlem. That's the crazy part, right? So I'm born in Harlem. I was born in Mount Sinai.
Okay.
Raised in Taft. Yeah. And
shout out to Taft.
Shout out to Taft. My grandmother and Jim's grandmother lived on the same floor.
Capo.
Which
Okay.
is crazy.
Wow.
So, yeah, and then I moved up to Yonkers when I was like 11 years old.
Okay.
You know, the crazy story was because back then I was actually really good in baseball.
Okay.
And I was like in this little Central Park league, but there was really no baseball leagues back then. So my dad came and he put me up in a league up in Yonkers, and I did real well. And my dad was like, you know what? The coach was like, you need to move him up here. So we moved there. So we moved up to Yonkers. I did a little bit of elementary, but really more towards middle school and high school up in Yonkers.
Okay.
Yeah,
now,
best of both worlds, Harlem and YO.
Now you looking at you growing up, I'm quite sure that most people, they don't know this, but you've tap danced into this whole marketing world, this business world, but from a financial literacy perspective.
Right.
How did Nick start off in that world? Like, where did marketing come from with Nick?
I'm gonna tell you,
You built a lot, so that's I would love to hear this story
from college,
myself.
when I came home, I started interning at Sony. Yeah, and then I ended
out
up
to Sony.
Yes,
Okay.
right. And then I ended up working with a producer at the time that was working on the Sony music, and but then I really was like in the city a lot and meeting a lot of people, and then I actually wanted to become like a promoter. This is like early like 96, 97.
Okay.
So then I'm doing like little promoting parties in the city. And then I kind of got my like first break with a gentleman over at Justin's, which was, Puff's Restaurant.
Justin's.
And and he was like, well, let's do a little Monday night football here. Let's do a little Tuesday, Industry Tuesday night. So I partnered up with him. And then I started becoming a promoter in New York, like early 2000.
Okay.
In the early 2000, I met a gentleman that came over and being out in the street. And one of the things I want to address real quickly is, in growing up, I always took this thing my dad always said to me was, meet everybody in the room. Because you never know who's in the room.
That's huge.
So when I used to do these industry parties, I mean, now you're easy, right? You go to Instagram, you can see who it is, you can DM the person. Now, this is the era when you had to walk up to the gentleman.
Feel the vibe.
Feel the vibe, right? You go into your Source magazine, you might see what producer, what this guy is, who's this person, and you gotta look at their credentials and their credits, and then you'll see them out, and then you gotta walk up to him and shake his hand and say, hey, how you doing, and introduce yourself. I come from that era.
You come from that, yeah.
I come from that era. So,
You're not with all the Zoom. Let's have a meeting. I need to see your face, feel your vibe.
There it is. So anyway, met the gentleman. Gentleman had a product that he had just came over with, and the product was called Hypnotique, and it was a blue bottle. Now, mind you, I'm doing promotions in clubs, and I don't really know too much about promotions or the liquor business or anything like that. But what I know is that this product, it might be a little niche for my crowd because it was in the era of Alizé. So it's like a cordial at that time. So Alizé, if anybody know, that was like the biggest drink back in those early 90s and going into 2000. And so I joined him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I joined him, left everything else that I needed to do,
that.
left everything. And I had a dream that, you know what, I'm gonna make this thing work. So my marketing ideas from the brand really started early when I took it on. And it was like, how am I gonna get this brand to be hot in the street? And that was that's like the real hit about it. But the real crazy part about this whole thing is I wanna bring the story back is because I took a leap. And most people don't understand that in life. Like I was young, I'm 28, 29 years old, and I took a leap of jumping from a career to something that you probably just gonna take a leap of and say, you know, I'm just gonna try this out. I went broke.
Hold up. These
Great
are
story.
the kind of stories I
This is
need
it.
y'all to hear, man.
I went broke. Had like a little bit of money in the bank, a savings account and all that. For like 6 months, 7 months, I was done. I was like,
Wow.
you know, 2 car payments down, back on rent, had a 1-bedroom apartment over here in Harlem. And
This
I
is
couldn't-
leaving and going up and then
because I couldn't sell Hypnotique.
Oh, Hypnotic.
No.
Hold up.
First, I'm trying to bring you back.
He's bringing it. Hold on. I didn't know most of y'all knew about
no,
this.
the
Well,
brand-
how
the
you
brand-
knew about the brand Hypnotic?
Yeah,
Hold on.
The brand is called Hypnotique at the time.
Hypnotique. Okay.
And I couldn't sell it. I tried everything. And we was from, you know, we had a little, you know, distributing company out there in Long Island. And I would go out every day in my little car, same business suit, same bag, same cold bag with the bottles in it. And I would go to liquor stores, bars, restaurants, you name it. And everybody was telling me, no, next week, no. I have so many no's, you couldn't even understand how many.
Wow.
And every day I got up and was trying to fight with this brand. And until one day, I was in a car with my guy, Raphael, and he said, I said, I'm gonna change the name as a joke for this one liquor store tasting that I had to do in Harlem. And I'm gonna change it to Hypnotic as a joke. And he was like, well, try it. And that day, I had a small store on the east side of Harlem, and I sold 3 bottles. First time I ever sold 3 bottles, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, we got something here. So we go back, and now he's like, oh, wait a minute. I don't think I can change the name. I don't think we can change the trade. It was too much, but
Allow with the trade name.
leave it
Okay.
as it is. Leave it as it is and see what you're gonna, like, see how it's gonna happen now.
So what we're pronouncing.
Yeah, so now it's changed from Hypnotique, because it was a French brand. Now it's a Hypnotic on this side. So that's real keynote. Change the name on it. So that's a big
Because
part.
there's a lot that comes with that now
It's a
when you're
big-
changing names and
Yeah.
trademarking and things of that
Yeah.
nature. Okay, so
So-
announcing. Oh,
Then, you know, I'm still trying to do what I'm gonna do, but I'm still behind on rent. Still ain't making, because at that time, you know, when his partnership is like, you gotta go out there and kill, and you kind of eat what you kill. You know, that's the thing. Like, you go out there and kind of sell some cases, you can make, you know, a couple of dollars off the cases that you sell, but I'm not making anything at this time. And I was gonna give up. It's a big part of the story. I was gonna give up.
that's the key part that I
That was
want
it.
people
It
to
was
hear.
it.
When you,
8 months,
through your ups and your downs and you having some struggles, you was gonna give up.
I was
But
gonna give up.
How did you kind of like turn this around?
It was crazy. It was a movie. I know it's crazy. It's a movie called Shawshank Redemption. Yep.
Hey yo, hold on.
Yes. You know,
Don't act like y'all don't hear this inspiration. The man told you he went and watched Shawshank Redemption.
yeah.
And got some type of, I'm guessing,
Yeah,
inspiration,
no, it
motive.
was, because back then, you know, when you're sitting there and you're broke and you're figuring out ideas what you're gonna do next, and tomorrow you're up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm switching through cable channels, and all of a sudden Shawshank Redemption was on, and it just, this one part struck me with Morgan Freeman, and he had said this one line. He said in the movie, he said, I'm gonna either get busy living or I'm gonna get busy dying. And that morning,
Hold on, that's
yeah,
deep
yeah,
right
it's
there.
deep. Yeah.
I'm gonna get busy living,
Either
or,
I'm right.
or I'm gonna get busy,
Busy dying.
dying. Okay.
And that morning I was like, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna get busy living. And I'm gonna live my dream on what I wanna do. It's easy for me to like say, all right, I'm gonna give up and go ahead and get a 9 to 5. I got a degree, I can go back, it's fine, I can find me a job. But no, I wanted more. And I knew I could make this brand hit. So I went in, and then next morning I get up and I run into this next liquor store, and then they first gave me my first break. And it was right here too. It's funny, you know, Harlem is like the key where it all started. It was on 125th Street, liquor store called Harlem Liquors.
Wow.
Yeah, right there. And the guy gave me a shot. Told me you gotta sell. You gotta bring in a case or two, and if you don't sell it by the end of the weekend, you gotta come back and take it out my store and all this other stuff. But yeah, I came in to put a business plan together, put a whole crazy marketing plan together on how I'm gonna sell through this weekend and make this guy believe in the brand.
So the strategic part, I mean, I know that that's what a lot of people are struggling with when it comes to the strategic part.
Yeah.
How were you able to put like a business plan together?
I'm gonna break it down. And it's really no business plan. I tell anybody that till today, right?
Wording, make sure y'all hear wording.
It is, I always take it, you always hear that term brick by brick. But when I was marketing, I was going block by block.
Ooh.
And I would take a 8-block, 6-block radius on where I was at. Now I was just in Harlem at this point.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna find me 4 liquor stores in a 4-block radius, and I'm gonna pound these liquor stores with tastings every Thursday and Friday and Saturday until you know who my brand is. But not only that,
He's giving y'all something.
not only that, then who talks the most? But this is before Instagram and all that. But where was everybody learning what was hot, what was going on back in those days? Where everybody talked the most at? Women and men, barbershops and beauty salons.
That's right.
So I would go ahead and attack them and give them little free bottles on Fridays, because I know that after y'all get your hair done and your hair cut, you want to look fresh going out that weekend, and you're gonna go from the beauty salon. But then when you're having a drink and a taste of this brand, then you're gonna go to the liquor
ask for
store.
that.
Right.
You're going to ask for that.
There it was. So I would pound the stores and really kill like this whole area. But what I'm saying is this, I would take a segment of the block. So I started from the east side of Harlem first.
Okay.
And then I moved on to the west side of Harlem. And then I moved, and I knew that I was like, okay, now people are knowing about the brand. And then I moved to the Bronx. That's what that's really like the trajectory of how Hypnotic really started in the streets.
Okay.
It was really, we started in Harlem, and I took, and because I have all my family in Harlem. I got cousins in each projects around here. So every time I said I was having a store tasting, or there's like
People
10
showed up.
bottles,
They showed love.
They show love, and they go back and they say, "Yo, we got to go over there support my cousin." And next thing you know, it was a whirlwind within Harlem. But then I went up to the Bronx, and then the Bronx was a little bit harder because I knew the 2 places that I needed to get to was like the 2 biggest spots at the time was Jimmy's Bronx Cafe.
Jimmy Bronx Cafe,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, Jimmy's and Roomba, which was John Googie Rivera and them on the other side. So I'm really bringing it back. I'm really bringing it back. So now it was like, so now I had to go up there and really to put the same format that I was doing out here and take it up there.
Okay.
But really, if anything, I always tell anybody when they talk about, and if I'm marketing a shirt, a jacket, I got a clothing line, I got a new CD coming out, whatever, start within your hood first. Start within your blocks first. Okay. Start with your people, start there, and start them branching out. Everybody is so quick to be like, yo, well, it's easier now because you can go online, and I understand all that, but when you're doing guerrilla marketing, like that hand-to-hand, tactic to tactic, brick by brick, bottle by bottle, how I was doing, you gotta stay within the street, inside that radius, and that's how I did it.
So you gotta become, if I'm hearing it right, you gotta become a local hero first.
Yeah.
Before you become a national one.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. That's right. That's right.
Me and you go to the same church, so
That's
you know
right. So
we're
we
different
know.
on the type of alignment. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Shout out to Mike Waldron and
There it
FCBC.
is. Yes, sir.
But Nick, Ciroc. I mean, everyone that has ever heard of Ciroc, I know that you were kind of like big with the marketing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
So just to bring the story back, I did. So I blew up Hypnotic,
Okay.
sold it from 2003, from 2001 to 2003. Unheard of numbers. I was selling it in the back of my trunk. See, nobody understood that.
Hold on, so you was,
This
this is like CDs, hold on, you really was pumping.
I took the whole music industry, everything that everybody was doing, I was selling bottles out the back of the trunk. Until we got distribution. Now the crazy part is this when you're gonna blow the internet. How did I get mass distribution and I'm only in New York and I'm only in Harlem and the Bronx? How I did it was I got kind of lucky in the game. Remember I tell you how being out everywhere, meeting everybody,
Meet in the room.
all of that. So I had a party at Justin's,
Okay.
and I met a rapper. And I heard it was upcoming and hot. I went to the studio that night, gave them some bottles. We rocked all that night. I'm hearing all his music. I'm saying he's the new guy. This is in 2001, 2002, right? So I'm like, okay, this is what's going on. All right, let's rock now. 2002 in June, I get my first big break, and the guy comes to me and says, yo, you gonna do this, you wanna do a video? Oh, yeah, how much is the video? I was like, oh man, I don't know if I got that type of budget, but we're gonna make it work. So we made it happen. Next thing you know, the song comes out. It's Traded All, Fab, Jagged Edge, Puff. Yeah, well, watch this. Now watch, I'm gonna show you how.
Make sure you go check that out on YouTube so you'll know what he's talking about.
What a video can do for a brand at that time. Remember, I'm doing this without no IG. And no money for Vibe or King or Double XL. That's how I'm trying to show you, like, how you gonna do it now without all of that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the videos. So, got that video hit. When that video hit at #1 on VH1, MTV, BET, Telemundo.
They calling.
They calling.
They calling.
From that video alone, from Traded All, we were able to get mass distribution from New York, Delaware, Atlanta. In 3 months, we sold the company.
Wow.
And that's how crazy it is. So,
Straight
from a video.
Hey yo,
How about that?
this bit distribution game, marketing game, like this is why I said guru. Like when we talk about people that could take things and it might not look like it's gonna work and then turn this whole thing around and make it work, like these are the people that I want to bring to make sure that they are letting you know you can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Again,
Yeah.
So you go from Hypnotic like
Hypnotic, stayed there for 5 years, blew the brand up. Was the first person to sell 1 million cases. That's why they call him the Million Case Man.
I remember when they
sold 1 million cases in 3 years in a cordial, which was unheard of at that time.
1 million cases.
Yeah, with Hypnotic. In the cordial section.
In that section.
That's crazy. So then I got so I was hot. I'm in Vibe myself. I'm in every magazine, every publication. My King
definitely
write-ups,
saw you in them.
Yeah, so I'm hot now. But who's this liquor guy running around in New York City? And I got a call from a woman from Diageo at the time. Her name was Jackie Lee. And said, Jackie, she said to me, Nick, somebody's putting a play together. I can't tell you, but I want you involved. I said, okay, no problem. And then I always got to mention these two women in anything I do because they was a really turnkey point in my life where Dia Sims and Erica Pittman found me on the street.
Wow.
And I was coming from an event, and they were like, "Yo, you gotta come tomorrow. We gotta put this. We gotta play together. Let's, we got something going on. It's big." So anyway, it ended up being a meeting with Puff. And and he was just getting Ciroc at the time, and this was 2007 November. And then so I had to go back. I heard his play. I heard what everybody's thinking about what we want to try to do, and then I took another leap.
Because I was about to say that's everywhere,
right.
But go ahead.
I took that leap. I'm like, okay, I was good with this. This is great. I'm gonna take another leap. So I took another leap, and then I went on to the Ciroc fam.
Now,
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to fast forward too fast. You know what I'm saying? Because I like the way you do that. Let me rewind.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah.
But we're talking Kevin Hart today. We're talking about from Ciroc to how do you pronounce that? I want to make sure that I say it the right way.
Gran.
All right, so that's the first thing. Make sure I add the Gran first. Gran Coramino.
Yeah.
Añejo. That's how they say it. Like they display reposado. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite sure when I say proof of concept, you just sat here and you talked about Hypnotique to Hypnotic to Ciroc. Thus proof of concept to where you are today with people like Kevin Hart and those people are reaching out to you today.
Well, yeah, I think, it all becomes, listen, I always say this, relationships is everything.
Okay.
Everything. I don't care what you like, I'm telling you, relationships is everything. And I built and having a strong name in the business. And I built that for myself. I wanted to build that for myself, is to have a strong name inside the wine and spirits business, just on the sense of my people.
Okay.
Was really big for me. On the Ciroc side, we did amazing things. You know, I was there 13 years. Yeah, we sold over 25 something odd million cake. Like we did numbers. But the thing is though, I took the same marketing plan that I was doing with Hypnotic and kind of brought it over to Ciroc. So that's why, and then it's funny because in 3 years on Ciroc side, when we got there from 2008 to 2011, we sold like 1 million cases again. It was like unheard of, like the way we were rolling, but
Yeah.
it was a way to do it though.
They call him Mr. Million Cases.
Yeah,
So
it was the way that we was hitting the streets on how to do it, you know. And then we had a hell of a plan.
that kind of drive, that kind of strive, you know, because that's something through conversation that I feel like I want to pass on to people, that they can be able to hear.
Yeah.
Like, how are you able to, I don't know how you use the word, compress all of that into the person that you are, how you come to table?
I think I can go from the block to the boardroom. It's very important.
Powerful.
I always, I think that it's being very humble and taking your time. Every dollar ain't a good dollar.
All money ain't good money.
And I always look at it like every product ain't good product, right? And that's the thing. And you know, I get up every morning and I have this, you know, this routine I've always done when I got up and prayed and thank God for like having another day. But I think meditation has gotten me, you know, importance. You know, also taking time. And I always tell guys, even today, even at our age, I shut down 3 times a year and nobody really knows it. But I take it like you gotta shut yourself down. And I do it, you know, within spurts. I do it at the top of the year, mid-year, and end of year. And I shut my whole self down for like, you know, a good, you know, week or 14 days, however you wanna do it. But I take wellness for myself. It's a mental check for myself. I go to a men's mental health thing that we do.
Right,
yeah, it's
like that.
very,
I'm about to adopt that.
Very,
I like that.
very needed. Because if you don't, you're gonna spear out. It's like a computer.
Okay.
You know, if you don't shut your computer down, your computer's gonna blow up, right? But yeah, you gotta shut your body down before it shuts you down. I always say that.
What have you, like, if it's anything that I could say in marketing, you know what I mean?
Right.
What are some of the like pitfalls to watch out for? What are some of the like gaffle games rather to watch out for? Because I'm quite sure you've seen a lot. Like I said, if I'm hearing you right and I hear you say, you know, all money ain't good money, all, you know, I could take that,
like,
but like, what's some other like pitfalls you might have seen?
I think when brands come in and they think that putting a celebrity behind a brand
Okay.
is there, I've already won, and it's not. If you, I remember this line. If you do a deal with somebody, a celebrity, and he ain't gonna work, then I don't want to do the work. And that's a real line.
Wow.
That's a real line. We've had, you know, like when I was in the like Meek. I got 100 bottles, Ciroc boys. Meek work.
Okay.
Love working with Meek, because like if I ever ask him, yo, we was doing like a whatever tour, whatever, yo, he posting whatever, you know, that's
Hard
when
work, recognizing hard work.
Yeah, this
I
is
see
when,
what you're
yeah.
saying.
And when you meet those that like are behind the brand and we gonna rock, like that's what and I always tell brands, call me, hey, I got this person and he's gonna do a photo shoot. We sit there for 6 hours and he don't show up because he don't care.
So it's hard. See, that's kind of like something that I wanted them to hear. It's hard to really see where the alignment is at when there's so many of them coming at you.
Yeah. I mean,
how do you decipher that? So, like, if for another entrepreneur that
honestly,
maybe
I look at the company that they're around. So I look at somebody who's like real business. That's like, this is what we're gonna do.
look at what they're doing.
What's
Okay,
the
I
money
got
for?
you.
What's the money for distribution? Where's the money for marketing?
Okay.
I don't want you to come to me. And I went to brands where they told me I got $500,000 and I got a billboard and I'm doing TV and I'm doing trucks wrapped and I'm doing trains but nobody even knows your brand yet.
Wow. So you putting all that marketing money
You putting all that
into
money
advertising.
Yeah, but they don't even know your brand.
They still don't know.
My thing is,
Okay.
and I always tell everybody, liquor to lips in my business is the most important thing.
Don't miss that. He said liquor to lips.
Is the most important thing.
We need to talk. Yeah, that's what
It's consumers. You got to know what your consumer wants. I used to go to clubs. I used to tell everybody, it's funny. I used to go out all night, have a table at clubs, whatever. A lot of the times, I study the culture. I study the movement. It ain't no way in the world I stayed 25 years in the liquor business and I'm still there, still going, and not knowing, being able to touch the culture. It's not because, listen, it's because, yes, I listen to the youth. I listen to my youngins, and they're telling me, yo, no, but you got to be at the bar and sit there for an hour or two in certain places.
That's
whether
powerful.
It's mainstream, whether it's Latin, whether it's urban, whether it's whatever. But you got to be there and sit there and study and look and observe. Why is the bartender pouring that so much? What's in the well? Why is all the kids now drinking that? What they doing over here? You got to learn from it. And you take it and you go back and you digest it, you put it on, and then now you come up with some other ways of marketing. Marketing moves so fast. That's why I love the game of marketing, because it moves like that.
Okay. Yeah, you don't act like he's not giving you this. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure that y'all got, again, free game. This ain't coming from a whole lot of game, but you getting free game. You get what I'm saying? There's a storm of it coming from my man Nick. You heard? Nick, man, I'm getting towards the end of the show. It's some things that me personally, like I said, I sometimes know some things, but I would love for the listeners to know, like, what's next for Nick? I mean, you don't have to give them a glimpse into everything, but I know that there are things that I want people to see, that you can get over the hump, you can keep going. I am bringing examples in here that are doing things for you to keep in tune to, for you to watch, to see that, you know, you can become something in this world. You know what I mean? So again, I would love for you to let them know what's to look forward to, Nick. You know, what's Nick's ideas, maybe at least.
But
let me get one.
With me is I'm releasing a book. That's real deep.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, my man is going another lane.
Yeah.
Each one teach one.
Right.
I am grateful for this if he just said he's doing the book.
Yeah, I'm doing a book because I have to give back. And most importantly, like, I want to show and talk to my younger those to understand that there is really a lot of money in this wine and spirits business. And it's not just on just the marketing side. There's PR, there's advertising. There's so many signs of it within inside of our business that nobody knows about, because it's not an industry that says, oh, I want to be a ball player. Or I want, like this, they don't know.
It's mad different sources of income just from the wines and
just from that side. And I just want our people to understand that. That's why I love Proghorn, what they're doing over there at Diageo, because, you know, they're introducing a lot of brands by us. You know, that's great. Powerful. But I want also the younger generation to know, like, when you're out there looking for applications and this and that, and there's companies like the Diageos and the Bacardis that's looking for young guys that's out there that want to understand about marketing and everything. So there's jobs out there in it. But I want to be able to show it and teach it.
Educate them
on it. But I'm going to educate them on throughout this book on really how to market. And that's very, very key. Because these kids now understand, oh, I'm an ambassador of a brand. I'm an ambassador. I followed this ambassador for 3 days. I'm not going to say his name. Not going to do that. For 3 days, I followed him.
Okay.
I'm an ambassador. What does that mean? Oh, are you an ambassador of that brand? Okay. But I followed you for 3 days. And you know what you showed me? For 3 days, you sat at that table with the same crowd, the same friends for 3 days, and bought the same couple of bottles and put it in the air and sat there with Instagram. Is that really marketing, my brother? No, it ain't. You didn't touch nobody in the crowd. You didn't meet the person at the bar. You don't even know the bartender. Did you meet the door guy? Do you know the table next to you? You don't even know anybody.
Know the room.
You just knew the
exactly how you know. But what you said, understand the learn the room. You said that in the beginning of the show.
You have to. But that, right? Let me teach you. I can't do it. I love to do it, but I can't do it no more. Actually, you know what? My next one. I'm looking for the next storm. There it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I'm done.
Read the book.
Right.
Where can they follow you at, man? Where can they keep up with you at,
keep up with me. You know, my IG is I am Nick Storm. Keep up with me on Instagram. I'm on Facebook as well, you know. And I'm on this podcast. How about that?
You already know, man. I told y'all, man, I have simple conversations, and I want you to be able to hear some of these conversations. There's a lot that you could learn. I grew up watching and around a lot of great people. I mean, great in a way where they're continuing to show their greatness. And it's empowering, it's very inspiring to me. And there's no way that I would have this type of platform without trying to make sure that I use my space, my platform, to be able to give that back to the people. It's great for my people to be able to see that there are leaders out here that's continuing to go. You know what I mean? So appreciate you, Nick.
Appreciate you, my brother.
It's your
Thank
boy,
you.
Butta. I'm outside with Nick Storm, you heard? I holla.
Yeah, this one's for the streets first. Stripes like a referee shirt. This one's for the streets first. Tell mama this the rebirth. I need church. I talk dirty. Put my hands and my feet work. Teamwork. Put in pain, but gotta bring it to the streets first.